Hi guys, my name is Dina Porter and I'm going to be going on a fasting journey and I thought some of you might want to go with me. On this channel, I am going to be doing some long-term fasting and some intermittent fasting combined to try to get to my goal weight. I am about 120 pounds away from my goal weight and I've been trying to lose this weight for years now. I've tried all kinds of different things and I have done intermittent fasting along with keto. Last year, at the end of the year, I think I started about July last year and went through until Thanksgiving and that whole eating season. And I had some really good results with that. But after I stopped in November, I really had a hard time getting myself back into that. It's taken me a while to get to the point that I'm sick of it again and I'm ready to do something about it. A little bit about why I'm doing this. I've been toying, not really wanting to, but toying with the idea of a gastric sleeve or some sort of bariatric surgery for also about a year now. And I realized a couple weeks ago that I have actually been trying to lose this weight and gaining weight along the way for longer than I had been at my ideal weight. My mind sometimes still thinks that I'm at my ideal weight. It's one of those weird mind tricks. But then you see a picture of yourself and you're like, who is that? Oh, that's me. So, I mean, of course I knew I was obese and I was always nervous when it comes to flying, those seats in the airplanes. And when it comes to, I love roller coasters and I love all those kinds of rides, and I usually will not do them because I'm nervous I'll get to the front of the line and not be able to fit in there. So, I had some issues that comes along with being obese, but as most of us do, we just kind of sweep it under the rug and go about our lives and pretend everything is great. But once I realized that I had been trying to lose weight and actually gaining weight through that process of trying to lose weight for more years than I had actually been at my ideal weight, I decided I have got to do something about this. And I'm to the point now that I've tried losing weight so many times and for so long that I honestly don't trust myself to stick to a plan. Just like last year, I was losing weight. I had lost probably about 45 pounds when I stopped. I stopped for the holidays, but never started back. Like things like that, it makes you not trust yourself after a while. Like once you've done that for several times, you just no longer trust yourself to actually finish losing weight. Yes, you can lose weight for a certain amount of time, but you always feel like, when am I going to stop? When am I going to sabotage myself? So that was where I was. And like I said, I kind of started toying with the idea, a week and a half ago, of actually going through with the gastric sleeve. Since I didn't trust myself, I made an appointment with a bariatric doctor. But I don't really want to have that because I know there's complications from it. I know there's issues that come from it. I know there's nutritional things that happen in your body, all kinds of things. So I really don't want to have that because, yes, I'm obese, but I don't have health complications. I don't have diabetes. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have all those things that you usually get from being obese. I'm actually pretty healthy other than added weight. However, I also don't want to be at this weight, 5-10 years from now and still be struggling with this. So I made the appointment to push myself. And I told my husband, I'm going to do the diet that they put bariatric patients on before they have the surgery and after they have the surgery. I'm going to do that diet to lose weight, quickly and see if that can work for me. So it started as that. I started a fast So I'm going to fast for 16 days, at least. My birthday is actually on the 17th day. So I'm toying with the idea of eating on my birthday because my mom lives close. She likes to go out for birthdays. And so I'm really thinking about, going out and doing a keto style for that. Now I know I have to break my stomach in easier. So either the day before that or the day of. I've read in Dr. Fung's The Complete Fasting Guide where he says like 30 minutes before you eat your first meal after a long fast to just have like some peanut butter or something like that. And he mentioned some other things too. So I think I might try that on my first time, either the day before or just 30 minutes before. Now, that's if I break my fast on my birthday. That would be 16 days, and then my birthday would be the 17th day, so I would actually eat on that day. After that, we have a trip planned, a 1-week trip planned. For Thanksgiving, we're going to fly out. We're in Texas. We're going to fly out to San Francisco, watch a Niners game, go Niners, visit. My son was actually born in Oakland, and so we're going to kind of show him around some of the places that we lived, when he was first born and things like that. We're going to probably do all kinds, touristy stuff. And so I don't want to be fasting, complete fasting, water fasting, when we go and do that. So what I plan on doing is once my birthday is over, if I eat on that day, I will start back the very next day and fast through, I think that will be a Thursday on my birthday. So it would be the Friday through the following Friday because we're leaving that Saturday to go to San Francisco. That's my plan right now. While we're in San Francisco, I plan on eating keto, and then as soon as we get back, we're coming back on a Friday, so the Saturday after that, we're coming back the Friday after Thanksgiving. So the Saturday after that, I plan to start the fast again, and that one, I think I'm going to go until Christmas, which would be a little more than 25 days. Maybe right at, a little more than 25 days, I believe. So that's my plan so far. After that, of course, I will be doing more fasting. And the intermittent fasting part comes in with the times that I will be eating. With those times, I plan on doing OMAD for the most part, unless I'm at home. If I'm home, then I will probably do alternate day OMAD. So eat one meal, skip the next day, the next following day after that, eat OMAD. That's the plan for now. But when I'm in San Francisco, I will probably eat daily, just one meal a day. That's the plan. We'll see how it works. I have been doing this. I'm actually on day 8 of my fast. I tried to make a video yesterday, but all kinds of life got in the way. So I didn't get that out. So today's day 8. Yesterday, I weighed myself. Right now, I'm weighing on Monday and Friday, but we'll probably drop to just like Fridays at some point. At any rate, yesterday was Monday, so I was 274.3 or something like that, 274 point something. So before that, when I actually started this, I started immediately after I came back from travel, and I always tend to eat more when I'm traveling, although I'm pretty sure I won't in San Francisco because my stomach's going to be not, used to not eating as much. But when I came back from my trip, when I left for my trip, I believe I was 283, I think, somewhere around in there. When I got back from my trip, I was 290. So that I was 290 when I started. I'm on day 8, and on day 7, I was actually 274. So that is 16 pounds down, which I'm great. I mean, that's great, 7 days. I'm pretty sure I'm probably a little lower than that. I seem to be dropping pretty rapidly at the moment, but I know that will slow down later on, but it is what it is. I'm still going to be losing. All's going to be well. I have not done a strictly water fast. Like I said, I've done a lot of watching things on YouTube and reading up on different things. I read Angus Barbieri's doctor's study, which he's the man who fasted for 384 or 6 days, I forget, straight. And so I read a little bit about what he did, the supplements he was taking, those kinds of things. Also, have been watching The Fasting Fat Man, who talks about his supplements. Dr. Berg talks about supplements, as well as Dr. Fung. So when I first started doing this, I had only read Dr. Fung's book as far as putting it into place. I saw The Fasting Fat Man a few days in. But in Dr. Fung's book, he talks about doing water fasting, but you are allowed coffee and tea. And in his plan, he says it's best to do them, straight, black. But if you need to add a little something, you can add cinnamon, you can add half and half, whipping cream. There's a few other things, but you can add those in if you really needed to. So I would say the first 3 days, I actually did bulletproof coffee at least once a day. I may have done it twice on one day, but I think I did it once a day. And then I did chai tea because it has cinnamon in it, and I love chai tea. So I've been doing those. At any rate, this is going to be a documentary for me of how this goes. Now, the reason I mentioned the bariatric surgery earlier is because I do still have an appointment with that doctor, and it is going to be coming up in about 2 days. No, 3 days. 3 days. It's 3 days away. I'm going to keep it, but I just want to go to him and find out my options as far as insurance and kind of the different surgical options. The maybe even get into the nutritional classes they do or those kinds of things. I'm really using it as a backup because, like I mentioned before, I still don't trust myself to continue doing this. I have broken my promises to myself as far as weight loss goes for years now, and the trust on that is just gone. So this is my backup because I know if insurance pays for it, it usually takes at least 6 months of doing whatever the heck they have to do to get that ready. I know there's testing involved and all kinds of things. So I will be doing those things to prepare for that as my backup. But I fully do not intend to go through with that. If I have to, then I will. If I don't follow through, if I break this promise to myself again, then I will have that as a fallback, and that is what will happen. Because I'm sick of living like this. But if I follow through, and hopefully with you guys watching me and cheering me on as well, that will also help me to continue and to not break the promise to myself and to not have to have the surgery. That's also a plan. That's also a reason why I'm documenting, to help you. And also, hopefully you can help me to succeed, to make this happen. So join me on my fasting experiment, guys, and let's see what happens from here. On a side note, I have made it a point to cook for my family. I have a husband and a son, and I've made it a point to cook for them, possibly more than I usually do. I want them to be able to eat. My son's doing keto. He's in wrestling, and so I wanted to be sure I had stuff prepared for him, also prepared for my husband, so they can just grab things. So I've been cooking almost every single day since I've been doing this fast. And I'm almost doing it as a test to test where I am on the hunger part and to let myself know that, yes, you can be around food. You can be around food that's delicious and that you really want to eat and still not eat it and be perfectly fine. All right. Thanks for joining me on the fasting experiment, guys.